Program and Policy Analyst for the Prescription Drug Affordability Board, also known as the PDAB. In attendance with me is Karen Winkle, and she's the Division Rules Coordinator, and she will be recording today's hearing. Today is Thursday, June 22nd, 2023, and the time is 11:04 for the record. And this public hearing is being conducted in a hybrid format through Microsoft Teams and also with Karen there in the Labor and Industry Building and Conference Room E, located in Salem, Oregon. We'll begin with the introductions of who is on the line to participate in the public hearing. So we'd like to go around and please state your name and affiliation for the public record. All right, thank you, Karen, for starting the recording. Let me check. I guess we'll just kind of go down the list here. So I see somebody's phone number ending in 1851. If you can please introduce yourself and your affiliation for the record.
Of course, Eric Lonis, Lohnes, with the Pharmaceutical Research and Manufacturers of America.
Thank you. I have another number ending in 5407.
Yes, Joe Gardner, lobbyist, listening in on behalf of Pharma.
Thank you. Antoinette?
Yes, I am Antoinette Iwachi, and I'm here on behalf of Cambia Health Solutions.
Thank you. Amanda Claycomb?
Hi, Amanda Claycomb. I am with Oregon DCBS on the Prescription Drug Affordability Board project.
Matthew Farley?
Hi, I'm Matthew Farley with Arnold Importer K. Scholler.
Great. Hashimi? I see a Hashimi Gadi.
Hi. I am observing on behalf of Stateside Associates, a government affairs firm.
Thank you. Isis Throton?
Hi, yes, I'm observing on behalf of Sarepta.
Can you please state your name for the record?
Oh, yep, sorry, Isis Thornton Saunders.
Thank you. Christina Harmack? Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute.
I'm Christina Hermax, observing on behalf of Gilead Sciences. Thank you.
Thanks. Stephen Kuhlman?
Hi, this is Steve Koyman from the Oregon PDAB team.
Linda Gardner?
Linda Gardner, observing on behalf of Pharma.
Ralph Magrish?
Good morning, Ralph Magrish, Executive Director of the Oregon Prescription Drug Affordability Board.
All right. Mary Beth?
Mary Beth Garino from Osberg.
Oh, can you repeat that one more time?
Mary Beth Garino from Osberg.
Thank you. I see a Margot Parks.
Margot Parks on behalf of Beringer Ingelheim.
Okay. Nancy Pinkert.
Hi, Nancy Pinkert on behalf of Sanofi.
Richard Blackwell.
Hello, Rick Blackwell, observing for Pacific Source.
Thank you. Jennifer Ramakata.
Jennifer Ramakata with Oregon DCBS Division of Financial Regulation.
Seth Grainer.
Seth Greiner, National Multiple Sclerosis Society.
Sarah Simon.
Sarah Simon, Porzio Bromberg and Newman.
Sophie Munro.
Sophie Monroe on behalf of King and Spalding.
Thank you. Melissa Stiles.
I'm Melissa Stiles, Administrative Assistant with the Prescription Drug Affordability Board.
And Karen, will you please introduce yourself?
Karen Winkle. I am the Division Rules Coordinator for
Division of Financial Regulation.
Thank you. Was there anybody that did not state their name or affiliation that joined on the call while we were taking introductions?
Yeah, Teddy Bodega. I am with DCBS as a policy analyst and rulemaking lead.
Thank you. Anyone else that is here that did not identify themselves? All right, hearing none. So today's public hearing is to receive testimony on the prescription drug affordability review rule needed to provide the framework and criteria for the Prescription Drug Affordability Board to conduct drug affordability reviews. Notice for today's hearing was published in the Oregon Bulletin on June 1st, and a copy of the hearing notice together with the notice for proposed rulemaking, statement in need, and the fiscal impact, also known as the SNIPI, is contained in the master file and is made part of the record. For this hearing, we will conduct in accordance with Oregon Administrative Procedures Rule, the Oregon Revised Statute Chapter 183, and the Attorney General's Model Rule for Procedures governs the work under this hearing. Anyone who wishes to testify at today's hearing should state their name and affiliation. Then the division does not respond to comments or questions during the hearing. After the closure of the public comment period, I will prepare a report for review by for the administrator, which is part of the formal rulemaking procedure. Written comments will be accepted until 5 p.m. Pacific time until June 29th. No additional comments or exhibits will be accepted after that date and time. At this time, if you joined after the meeting and started speaking, please identify yourself so that we can include you as part of the attendance record, since we just went through that and I didn't hear any other beings. I'm not assuming there's no one else, but I'll give it a minute to see if anybody else needs to introduce themselves. All right, hearing none. I want to just give a little bit of background around the Prescription Drug Affordability Board, which was enacted as part of Senate Bill 844 in 2021 within the Department of Consumer and Business Services, also known as DCBS, with the purpose to protect consumers and other entities from high-cost prescription drugs. The law provides authority for the PDAB to adopt rules necessary for the administration of the board, and that is governed under ORS 646A.693 section 18. The Administrative Procedures Act requires state agencies and boards to adopt rules related to the procedure, and the Attorney General's office has provided model rules for agencies and boards to utilize for creating the process to engage in these critical functions, and that is governed under ORS 183.341. There was a Rules Advisory Committee meeting held on April 5th of this year, and it consisted of stakeholders from drug manufacturers, insurers, and pharmacy benefit managers. So what this rule does is the Prescription Drug Affordability Review Rule provides PDAB the guidance needed to determine the affordability of prescription drugs. The rule informs the PDAB on the cost of prescription drugs by providing criteria for reviewing information from drug manufacturers, health insurance carriers, pharmacy benefit managers, and other sources. The Affordability Review Rule supports the statutory requirements to identify 9 prescription drugs and at least 1 insulin product that may create affordability challenges for the healthcare system or out-of-pocket costs for patients in Oregon. Additionally, the rule requires the PDAB to consider if the price for prescription drugs contributes to health inequities and how price concessions, discounts, rebates, coupons, and patient assistance programs impact drug affordability. So at this time, I'd like to turn it over to the public and see if there's anyone who wants to come forward or wishes to testify at this time. And we can do that by raising of hands, please.
I'm on the phone, but I'd like to raise my hands that way if I can.
Yeah, if you could just identify yourself again and your affiliation, and then you can begin your testimony.
Of course, thank you so much. So again, I'm Eric Lonis with the Pharmaceutical Research and Manufacturers of America, here to comment on today's proposed rule. In our previous submissions on these proposed rules, we've asked for several things, including clear and meaningful detail about the affordability review selection process, how it will be operationalized, clear and specific methodology for the affordability review selection process, procedures for evaluating the reliability of information, procedures for stakeholder feedback, protections against the use of qualities, and clear standards on how the board will maintain confidentiality of manufacturer data. We continue to make these requests, and with one final comment letter forthcoming by the applicable deadline. Pharma and its member companies appreciate the opportunity to comment on these proposed rules, and again, thank you for considering our feedback.
Great, thank you very much, Eric. Any other public testimony to be provided? All right, I'm hearing none at this time. I guess we will move to the next session, which is just reiteration that if you provided any oral testimony or want to provide written testimony, please send a copy of the summary of testimony to Karen Winkle at the dfr.rules@dcbs.oregon.gov email. And once again, those written testimonies will need to be submitted by 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time by the end of day of June 29th, 2023. With no other comments or exhibits being accepted at this time, I will be closing the public comment hearing. I will prepare a report for this hearing and submit it to our administrators for their review and continuation process. I guess at this time, it is now 11:15, and that will be conclusion of this public hearing. Thank you everyone for joining. Really appreciate your feedback.